Hi everyone, thank you for joining us for another WOW webinar. My name is Allison Hunter and I'm the Director of Marketing here at WearAware. I'm so excited to have our Senior Director of Product Management, Dan Caro, with us today to talk about how the furniture buyer is changing and increasingly going digital, and how you can update your website, marketing, and sales teams to better support them. We will send out this recording within 1 day of the presentation and also post it to our blog. We also respect your time and have a lot of content to get through in the next 20 minutes, but we'll do our best to answer a few questions at the end. If we don't get to your question, don't worry, we will follow up with you directly. Also, we encourage you to tweet with us today using the hashtag WowWebinar. And with that, I'll let Dan take it away.
All right, thanks, Allison. So yeah, today we're going to be talking about the future of furniture and what it takes to meet today's tech-savvy buyers' expectations. So just as a reminder, and like Allison said, today is a 20-minute webinar. So we've got a lot of content to go through in a short period of time. So I'm going to try my best to keep it to 20 minutes. With questions at the end, we might go over 20 minutes, but just to set expectations. So before I get started talking about furniture and the future of furniture, I want to talk a little bit about WearAware. So WearAware is based in Chantilly, Virginia, near Washington, D.C. And we've been in business for the last 19 years. We build personalized websites, we do one-to-one marketing, and we build products that enhance your sales and marketing efforts. And that's what we're going to be focusing on today, are products that enhance the sales and marketing efforts, which is called the PHAROS suite, and I'll talk about that here on the next slide. So what the PHAROS suite is, it's an all-encompassing digital sales and marketing solution. It provides a website platform. It has email marketing tools. It has a sales app for your road reps. It has a CRM system for your inside sales team, a PIM system to manage your product information and images, and then catalog tools. So whether you're doing print catalogs or digital catalogs, PHAROS can help you manage those. And along with PHAROS, you can purchase individual tools from the suite, or you can purchase them together as a suite. And the whole suite allows you to track your activities in each tool and then share information between the two tools. So you'll know who's buying from the website, who's buying at the show, and who's buying from your reps. And just something that we'll talk about at the end, we have an offer going on right now as part of this webinar series that you can purchase any tool from the suite or the entire suite and get 10% off if you purchase by April 21st. And then one last slide about WearAware before we dive into the future of furniture. So this is just a logo slide with a lot of the different companies that we work with. And over the past 20 years, we've built over 200 e-commerce sites and generated over $250 million in online B2B sales. So let's go ahead and dive right into the content. So today we're going to be talking about the changing furniture retail buyer, and we're going to start by talking about a couple of survey results that we have. So first off, online furniture and bedding sales increased by 16.7% in 2017, and that exceeded $15 billion. So your takeaway from this slide is that online furniture sales continue to increase, and they've continued to increase since 2009. By 2022, the online channel is projected to make up 18% of total furniture and bedding sales. So what to take away from this is, while furniture as a whole is increasing, the online channel is increasing at a more rapid pace and is predicted to continue to increase over the coming years. And if we break this down further and we break this down into how furniture buyers are purchasing and where they're purchasing, we can see that today's B2B buyers are buying at trade shows, through reps, and online, so through the website and other web-based services and portals. So they move freely between self-service, hybrid, and full-service commerce models. And so here's where the furniture buyer is deciding which space they want to operate in and where they're choosing to be in the buying process. So a lot of that can be dictated by where they are in the buying process. If they want the convenience of just looking up product, they can go to the website. And if they want to interact with a sales rep, either at a trade show or directly with that sales rep, they can choose to do that. And what you see on these charts is when they're purchasing new product, generally speaking, they're working with a rep either at a trade show or in store at first with new product purchases. And then for reorders, a lot of times because of convenience, they're either going to the website or calling or faxing in those orders. And one trend that we're seeing over the past couple of years is that website number for reorders is increasing, but it's also increasing for new product purchases as well. So what this means for you is that vendors need technology to support their buyers' demands in two ways. So first off, they expect the website to be really good, but then they also expect their reps to have a lot of information. So when they go to their reps about product questions or product trends, that they can consult with their reps over what's going on. So what is it that buyers really want? So what are they expecting? So what they really want is they want a great experience regardless of whether they're purchasing at the trade show, through a rep, or on the website. And honestly, they're expecting different things from each channel. So it's important that that each channel has what is needed to be successful. So for the reps, whether it be at a trade show or at an in-store visit, they want the reps to be truly consultative. They want the reps to know more than the website does. And so, like, when they talk to the rep, they want them to know a lot about the product. They want them to have all the information about that product. And then when they go to the website, they expect convenience. Obviously, they expect information from the website as well, but they expect a more consultative experience and a more value-add experience when they talk directly to a rep. And what we've seen from that slide that we were just on, talking about where furniture buyers are purchasing, they're not just buying on one channel, but they're buying on all three channels. So it's not okay today just to have either a good experience on, like, in your showroom, or just a good experience on your website. You've got to be good across all three of these channels, and all three of these channels have to be equipped with technology. So what do furniture buyers want from reps? So again, they're looking for a consultative experience. They want a partnership with their reps. And like I said before, they want their reps to know more about the product than either the buyer knows or that the buyer can just get from the website. So like in the past, a lot of times sales reps have been order takers. Sales reps can't be order takers anymore. Like, sales reps need to add value above and beyond the online experience. And so a couple ways to do this. So first off, you can provide more training, and this is training in two ways. This is more sales training for the rep so that they're equipped with the information that they need to be consultative with the buyer. But then it's also training from the rep to the buyer so that the buyer has more information to go off when they're selling to their consumers. So when retailers are selling to consumers, they're equipped to sell better in that environment. You also need better photography. So a lot of what sells both online and in the consultative rep experience is having great photography of your product, and we're going to get into this in a second. But it's really important that you have a lot of photography and really good photography in order for your reps to use and for your website to have access to. And then to be consultative, you have to have more competitive information. So your reps have to have more information than what the website can provide. And to me, that's a lot of different kinds of things. It's information on sales trends. It's information on regional trends. It's information on product trends, like what's selling well in a particular region or in a particular type of store. So that's the type of information that your buyers are expecting from your reps. And then just as a whole, just a better understanding of the product. Anyone can read a website, anyone can click to your website and look up a product. They want the rep to have more information to go off of than just that. So in this section, we'll be talking about like the website experience, and we'll talking about the convenience for your buyers of self-service through selling directly to them on the web. So another stat to go off here, 66% of customers visit a manufacturer's website to find or verify the information about a product that they're considering for purchase. So like we showed before, early on in the buying process, normally those purchases are either coming directly through the rep, like through either the showroom or an in-store experience. But as time goes on, a lot of that early research is happening online. So you want to make sure that your furniture buyers have the ability to go to your website to do that initial research and get what they're looking for. So sometimes that's researching price, sometimes that's researching product information, but usually they're going to your site with a purpose. So why is a self-service experience important? Because when retailers go to your website, they might not buy immediately from your website. Like I said before, a lot of those initial sales are happening through the reps, but they're going there to do research and collect information about your products. And self-service is appealing to passive shoppers because it's really easy to do. If they're at their computer, they can do it. Even if they're in the showroom and they want to research a couple of different products from a couple of different vendors, they can pull up their phone and do their research there. So the convenience is a really big factor. And another thing that's happening these days is that the buyers are actually double checking and verifying information that they're being told by reps. So if the reps are telling them something, they're going to the website just to verify that the product does have that feature or the product is listed at that price, just to make sure that like what they're being told is accurate. So when you're talking about your whole website solution, it's really important to have a really good website platform. And I was talking about PHAROS earlier, our suite of products. So one of the core elements of that product suite is PHAROS Web, which is a web platform that works really well for furniture companies and can deliver this type of experience. So next we're going to talk about your retailer's heightened web expectations. So before it was just enough to post a picture and a little small product description of your product, but that's really not enough these days, and I call it the Amazon effect. So everyone now expects every web experience to be just like Amazon. They get multiple product shots, they get really good product shots, and then they get full details on that products, and in some cases they even get reviews. So whether you're in a B2B environment or in a B2C environment, that's what your buyers are looking for. They want that type of experience. And what we call it is rich product experiences. So in this case, it's that they can zoom on the product, they can customize their furniture. So if your product allows for customizations, they can do it through the site. Allow for 360-degree views, alternate configurations. They can really personalize their experience to what they're looking for. And so, like I said before, a lot of these rich product experiences rely on imagery. So it's alternative imagery and different views. And it's basically just allowing your customer to have a similar experience to the showroom experience. So obviously it's difficult to do that when they're just looking at a screen in a two-dimensional environment. But even if they're doing their research in that type of environment, you want the best photography possible and you want a lot of photography. So this allows the buyer to pinch and zoom to look for the details that they're looking for in your product. And it really allows them to get that rich product experience that we're talking about. So, and one way that PHAROS Web helps with this is that it comes out of the box with this alternative imagery and allows you to show your furniture with all the different materials that you might want to show on your website. In addition to just good photography, you need to have information about product specs. So here you can show the size and scale of a product, which is really important. So if you're displaying this for designers, they have an idea of whether this product can work in the space that they're designing for. And for almost all customers, they really want to have an idea about scale. Like having an idea about scale will help them. One thing that I think can really help in this situation is to provide a video. So you can see in the bottom right corner, we have a button to watch the video, because videos can give an example of that product in a real world space, and then it can really give buyers an expectation about what it's going to look like and the size and scale in that type of environment. And that can be similar to what they experience in a showroom. And then one other piece of information that we have here is that if you can add delivery expectations, when you expect a product to be able to be delivered or when it can be shipped, that can be added to the web experience as well. This next one is a tougher one to really get right on a website because it's pretty subjective. But like in the showroom, buyers have the opportunity to get a feel for a product. On a website, it's much more difficult to have them feel and experience that product. So one thing that you can add is a feel section to your site. And this, like I said before, some of this is subjective, but it gives them an idea about whether it's a more relaxed fit item, a more upright item. Is it soft? Is it firm? Is it shallow? Is it deep? Is the seat height low or high? These are all things that someone could experience in your showroom. But if they have this information on the website, even if it's a bit subjective, it can give them a better idea of what the feel of the product is. So one way that the PHAROS suite helps with this is we have a tool called Product Fastlane. You can see the logo for Product Fastlane in the bottom right corner. It allows you to manage all of the content necessary to put this type of information on your website. And it just allows all of your channels, whether it be your website or other channels, to stay up to date with this information. So whether it be multiple product imagery, or whether it's that information about feel, or if it's information about specs or delivery times, all of that information can be stored on Product Fastlane, which is a product information management system, and distributed everywhere it needs to go. And we talked about multiple product views. So here's a screenshot about keeping those multiple product views in Product Fastlane. And like I said before, it's the distribution to all the channels. So it can go out to your website, to your digital catalog, out to your sales app if you're using a sales app with your sales team. If you're sending like Excel files and spreadsheets to your key accounts, you can send those out there. And then if you're selling on marketplaces like Wayfair and Amazon, you can use this to sell on those marketplaces. So another important thing is like it's hard to make this rich content. So if you're making videos or taking really high quality photography, you want to make sure to use it everywhere possible. So here we're just showing an example of that video that was created. And it's a video that's being used in an email, on the website, and on the sales app. So if you're creating this rich content, you want to make sure that you're reusing that content because it can be difficult, time-consuming, and expensive to make. So you want to make sure you're getting mileage out of it. So just make sure you're using that content across all of the different channels that you're selling on. And then another thing that we wanted to talk about here, now that we've got just a couple minutes left, how does email fit into this whole thing? So one thing that we found is that segmented email campaigns get 63% more clicks than non-segmented email campaigns. So when we were talking about reusing that rich content, email is a good place to use it. But an even better way to use it is use it in segmented email campaigns. So here we showed a couple examples. One is an express registration campaign to get folks to register for your website who haven't registered in the past. Those who have not ordered, so if someone hasn't placed an order in a certain period of time, you're inviting them to come back to the website to place an order. And then those that have not logged in a certain period of time, like they're getting that invitation to come back to log in to your website. So the key thing here is that a lot of times furniture vendors are selling around market cycles. One way to sell in between market cycles and just get out of just that regular cadence of only buying at market is to send these types of emails. And we've seen good success doing this, and it's just another way to reuse that rich content that we were talking about. And to bring it back to the PHAROS suite real quick, so a tool that we have is called Code Perfect, which allows you to build marketing emails on the fly, whether you have or do not have coding experience. And it just basically allows you to build emails very quickly and easily with a drag and drop editor, and then you can use these emails to send out those segmented types of campaigns. So when we began, we talked about consultative reps and consultative selling. So we're going to talk very quickly in these last couple minutes we have left about that and how consultative sales reps can work with your retailers. So first off, here's a screenshot of PHAROS CRM. And this is basically just giving your reps all of the information they need to work with your retailers at a glance. So it's giving them information about carts that they may have opened on the website, any activities that they've had with your company. So whether it be that they visited you at a trade show or they called customer service or one of the reps visited them, all of that's kept in here. But in addition to that, they have information about buying trends and habits and complete access to order history and invoice history. So when a rep goes to talk to them, they can see all of that in one place at one click. And so they can use this to prepare for a call or even pull this up while they're on a call or on a client visit so that they know what the customer has been doing and allows them to talk in a better way with more information to those customers. Another thing so this is the sales app that we're looking at right now. It has real-time product detail. So if they're in a meeting and the rep pulls out the iPad, they have a lot of information at their hands. So here they can have information, all the information that's listed for a product can be listed in one place. We were talking about that really great product imagery. All of that can be shown here. But one thing that can really help to increase average order values is the related product section and personalized product recommendations in the bottom right corner. So when a rep is talking to a customer, they can pull this up and then it just helps have a more effective conversation because you can bounce between products that they're interested in and related products, which helps to add to the consultative selling experience. And just one more thing to add here is part of the app, and this is another feature that you have in CRM as well, is you can create personalized product presentations. So if a rep is talking to a customer and they put a cart together and a wish list together and the customer's not ready to buy today, but it's something that they want to save for later, the rep can actually put this into a customized product presentation. It's something that they can email out directly to the customer for them to have, with information about all the products that they may not have been ready to buy today, but they want to keep in mind for next time. So it helps cross-merchandise products and show all of the related products that they were talking about in that selling experience. So just to close out here with just a little bit more information about the PHAROS experiences that we've been talking about today. So PHAROS helps deliver digital experiences that help increase your order sizes and delight your customers. And so, like I said at the beginning of today's webinar, that all of these tools are more powerful together and give your buyers the information they need to make great buying decisions. So it does a couple things. It makes your sales team more productive by having all that information at their fingertips. And then it makes them happier because it provides them all the tools that they need to be successful. But on top of that, and even most importantly, it delivers delight to your customers because they're getting those great experiences, whether it's on the website or through the rep that they need, that they want out of the website experience and working through the reps. So that brings us to the end of our presentation. Thank you everybody who stuck on today and joined us. And just a couple things to mention. Don't forget about that 10% offer I mentioned at the beginning of the call, that if you purchase any of the PHAROS tools between now and April 21st, you can take 10% off. And then we're also going to be at High Point. So if you're going to be at High Point and you want to talk to us more about PHAROS, contact us at sales@wearaware.com, and we're happy to set up an appointment to you to demo the tools and just walk you through the entire PHAROS suite. And with that, I'll turn it back over to Allison, and she's got some questions for us.
Thank you, Dan. So we are about 4 minutes over. I am going to go ahead and take a couple of questions, so I appreciate everyone that stuck with us to the end. We, again, will be sending out this presentation, so you'll receive it via email within about a day, and if you want to share it with anybody or if you have additional questions, please reach out to us directly. So now for my first question. Okay, this question comes from Jessica. She wants to know whether we're compatible with Shopify and whether we have a direct plugin for Shopify.
We are compatible with Shopify. So we use a tool called Data Express. It's our own proprietary tool that sets up connections So we would just set up a connection with Shopify. So whether you have one Shopify store or multiple Shopify stores, we would be setting up those connections to the Shopify store to set up feeds out to Shopify. So whether you're using Product Fastlane, which is our product information management tool, or you're sending customer data from CRM, we can set up that connection to send that data over into Shopify. So it is something that is supported within the PHAROS suite.
Okay, thank you, and that's a good segue to my next question from Joe. How does PHAROS get access to my product and pricing data?
So the way it works is we connect into your back office for the pricing data. So I talked about Data Express. We'll set up those connections and feeds, and generally speaking, it's usually a daily feed where we're getting inventory and pricing information from your back office. And usually we're feeding that into Product Fastlane and PHAROS CRM and PHAROS Sales App. But yeah, that's generally what we do. We're just setting up a separate connection to your back office and any other system that you're feeding data from in order to do that.
I have a second question also from Jessica. Do we actually provide the product data, the product images and descriptions, or would her team get the product data from the manufacturer?
So normally it's from the manufacturer. So this is where Product Fastlane can help retailers. So usually Product Fastlane, it's the manufacturers using it. But one thing that we have as a feature in Product Fastlane, it's called a retailer portal. So a manufacturer can choose to share product data and images with retailers. And so what happens there is a retailer gets a retailer account to their Product Fastlane instance, and then they can log in and download images and product data for their orders in order to feed back into their systems. So if the retailer has Shopify, they can load that in themselves into Shopify, but it's a much better system than them either copying and pasting from the vendor's website or copying and pasting images from the vendor's website. It's all provided through the Product Fastlane retailer portal.
And that retailer portal is completely free for retailers. Okay, next I have a question from Sam, who wants to know if they can connect PHAROS to their internal PIM system.
Yeah, that's one thing I probably should have mentioned in the webinar, so I appreciate the question. So the PHAROS suite, I mentioned you could buy one product or the entire suite, but if you already have a PIM system, you can use the other products in the PHAROS suite, but still rely on your existing PIM system. That's fine. And it's the same thing if you have your own website already. You can have your own website, but then you can still take advantage of our PIM system or our CRM system. So PHAROS works within the tools that you already have, or if you don't have those tools, you can bring in the PHAROS tools in order to do it.
Okay, we're going to take just one more because of time, and then we will email the remaining questions directly. So I can go ahead and answer this one. Lydia wants to know where in High Point will we be located. So Lydia, we are sending 4 different sales reps to High Point. They're currently taking appointments. So if you email sales@wearware.com, one will email you back, and then they can come to you or set up an appointment at a location of your choosing. So you'll see them walking around throughout the show. So thank you, everyone. I do again apologize that we went over. Please, we do have a webinar almost every month, so stay tuned for our next WOW webinar topic, and have a great rest of your day.